So, hello everyone. Today I'm going to express my opinion about the augmentative speech. So the title is Should SHOPEE Liga 1 be postponed or cancelled? So Vince Lombardi said that football is like life. It requires perseverance, self-denial, hard work, sacrifice, dedication, and respect for authority. And Bill Shankly said that some people think football is a matter of life and death. I don't like that attitude. I can assure them it is much more serious than that. And Ronaldinho, a Brazilian legend, said that I learned all about life with a ball at my feet. So guys, should Shopee Liga 1 be postponed or cancelled? My name is Pamugi Raspati, and I strongly think that Shopee Liga 1 should be cancelled. Why? Because other Asian football leagues such as Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, or even Myanmar have resumed their leagues, and even some of them have already finished their leagues. In fact, they already plan that their schedule for next season. We cannot stay wherever we are and see other Asian football leagues rising so high. I know this pandemic a lot, has cost a lot, including our football. But I think our government and federation are not doing enough to make our football breathe in the middle of this pandemic. I mean, if our neighborhood countries can do that, why can't we? Now, as a football fan, I am concerned about the football league in our country. Not because I love our football culture, but we need to catch our neighbor countries whose football are starting to develop much further than we are. I remember in the early 20s when our league was so much superior than Thailand, for example. At that time, we can send two teams directly to the AFC Champions League. It is the highest club competitions in Asia. But now we can't even make the group stage of AFC Cup. It is very shame for a country with so many people who love football and very passionate about it. With the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic not showing any sign of let up, the FA of Indonesia or PSSI have made the decision to postpone the resumption of the 2020 Shopee Liga 1 to 2021 instead. The decision to postpone Liga 1, 2, and 3 was reached at the meeting of the PSSI Executive Committee, or EXCO, on October 20, 2020. The EXCO has made the decision to postpone the 2020 edition of Liga 1, 2, and 3 to 2021, said Acting General Secretary Yunus Nusi. PSSI have given the mandate to PT Liga Indonesia Baru, or LIB, as the operator of Liga 1 and 2 to decide the format, the formula, and the competition system. But once again, it's already to 2021, and we are still not seeing any sign of the resumption. There is a rumor that Shopee Liga 1 and 2 won't be resumed and cancelled, and PSSI will start the 2021 season on March and will be kicked off in Solo. But the head of PSSI, Mr. Muhammad Iriawan, declined the rumor. This season's competition has been decided not to be going on because the authorities do not give permission to hold matches. Besides, the league is still a long way to go because it is only started with only for 3 match weeks. I mean, it's only just for 3 weeks. Now back to my argument. I think Shopee Liga 1 should be cancelled because it is already 2021. There is no point in resuming the league with only 3 match weeks from the start of the season. I mean, what can you expect? To finish the 2020 season in 2021 and see other Asian leagues playing their 2021 season? I think it would be embarrassing for us, even though the head of PSSI says that the federation will continue to try to resuming the league. The permissions from the authorities is still hard to get the green light because of the coronavirus that is still spreading wider across the country. PTLIB is also continuing to communication with the authorities to give permission to hold SHOPEE Liga 1 and 2 matches. 3 official letters have been submitted to the authorities in hope to give the permission, but the replies haven't been made. This is what I don't like. I mean, you are the head of the federation, so you have the full power and responsibility to decide if whether the league to be postponed or cancelled. And in my opinion, it should be cancelled. There is no point to resuming the league. It would be better to stop the league now and plan the new season with all the rules that fulfill the health protocol in this pandemic. In the circumstances, our football is in the middle of chaos and do not know where to go or have nowhere to go. The clubs have to pay the players' salaries, but there's no competition or matches to be played. The sponsors are also starting to put their feedback because the uncertainty in the league. My other argument is that foreign players have started to leave our league just because the uncertainty of the resumption of the league. We have one of the best club supporters in the world. Let's say we have Jackmania for Persija, we have Viking for Persib Bandung, we have Bonek for Persebaya Surabaya, and so many clubs with great supporters and great fans, with passionate fans. This is one of the reasons that we have the best atmosphere in business. This is also the reason why foreign players, and they are star players, want to come here and play in Indonesia. For example, Marco Simic. He plays for Persija Jakarta now. Before he plays here, he played in Malaysia for Kedah FA. He says that when he played in Malaysia, there are not so much supporters in the stand and in the stadium to support the club. But in Indonesia, he never sees an empty stadium, even if it is not Persija who play. So far, there are several players who have decided to terminate their contracts and move to other leagues, such as Konate Makan of Persebaya, Johnny Bauman of Arema Malang, Berwanuri of Bali United, and so many more. This number of players could still rise if the league is still not showing of any sign of resumption. This is also not good for our league because we used to bring foreign star players to come to Indonesia and play here. But now they could pull off their interest because they're incapable of our government and federation on this pandemic. If you remember, we used to have Michael Asian and Charlton Cole who had played for Persib Bandung. They were Premier League stars. Asian had played for a big club like Chelsea, Real Madrid, and AC Milan, and Charlton Cole has played for big team like West Ham and Chelsea. And also we have had Muhammad Sissoko and then Danny Guthrie, who had played for Mitra Kukar, previously played for Juventus and Liverpool, respectively. And now we have Marco Motta for Persija Jakarta, who had played for Juventus, AS Roma, Watford, and so many European big clubs. And we have Nick van der Velden for Bali United, who had played for FC Groningen in Netherlands. And more foreign star players. If this uncertainty is still hanging around them, I think it is possible for them to leave to a well-prepared country, even though there is no passionate for football, because in the end, they are human after all, and need money to fulfill their family's needs. Now, some people say that the league should be just postponed, not cancelled, and blah blah blah, because most of the clubs have paid their players' salaries until the end of the season. This is nonsense, I think. I don't agree with that. It's not just about the money. It is about the players' health and safety. They can simply ask the money back, and I'm sure the players will understand. Besides, do they want to sacrifice their lives by playing football in the middle of pandemic? I don't think so. I think they would rather to move out the country and play in a well-prepared leagues, like I said before. And some people also say that the league should be just postponed because the TV broadcaster has paid a huge amount of money to get the rights. This is also not making any sense for me. Once again, it is not about the money. It is about the players, the coaches, and the manager's staff, and the manager's health and safety. Now, if I could give a suggestion, I suggest that the broadcasters not to ask the money back or the refund. Just keep the money for the next season. So there will be a win-win solution. So once again, Shopee Liga 1 should be cancelled, not just postponed. Because it is not about the money we're talking about. It is also about the players, the coaches, and the staff, and everything, the stakeholders, health and safety, and also the pride for the nation. I don't want to see our football being left behind by other Asian countries who have developed better than us. I am a football fan, and I'm tired of seeing our football just walking, meanwhile the other countries are running. So thank you very much.